Hello everyone, welcome once again. Today we are going to study a new chapter of 8th standard, that is microorganisms. Friend and foe. So first of all, let us understand the meaning of the chapter name. As we know, microorganisms are there. A lot of microorganisms are there on our earth. They could sometimes be our friend, sometimes be our foe. Friends and foe, they both act as friends as well as foe. Friends are those who help us and foe are those who are harmful to us. So we will talk about microorganisms which are useful as well as harmful to us. Microorganisms. What are microorganisms? Microorganisms are too small and are not visible to the unaided eye. Microorganisms are the small organisms which we cannot see from our naked eyes. We need to see these microorganisms. We need to see it through the help of microscope. So we need microscope to see these small microorganisms. They can survive under all types of environment, ranging from ice cold climate to hot springs. So this is the ability of the microorganism, that they can survive even ice cold climate to hot spring climate, and marshy desert to marshy. They can live in desert as well as marshy lands. They are also found inside the bodies of animals including humans. They are also found inside the body and outside the body. Microorganisms are found in air, water, and in the bodies of plants and animals. So we can say microorganisms are found everywhere we can imagine. They may be unicellular or multicellular. The microorganism can be single-celled or multi-celled. They can contain even a single cell. They can be made up of single cell or they can be made up of trillions of cells. Microorganisms are classified into four major groups. These groups are bacteria, fungi, protozoa and algae. So we will talk about all these four major groups. Viruses are quite different from other microorganisms. These are the major groups, whereas viruses also included in microorganisms. Viruses are quite different from other microorganisms. They reproduce only inside the host organisms. Viruses are those microorganisms, they only reproduce when they are living in a host. If viruses are living in the body of the host, only then they will reproduce. Otherwise, outside the body of the host, they are not able to reproduce. Examples are bacterium, plant or animal cell. So based on the significance, microorganisms can be useful or harmful to us. So let's see with the help of a diagram. For example, if we talk about bacteria, the useful bacteria is Lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is a bacteria which is used to convert milk into curd. So it is useful for us, because if we do not have Lactobacillus bacteria, then we will not be able to make curd at our homes. So Lactobacillus is useful bacteria to us. We use this bacteria to make curd from milk. Another one is Haemophilus influenza. Haemophilus influenza is harmful bacteria which is harmful to us. In case of fungi, the useful bacteria is yeast. If we talk about fungi, the useful is yeast. So yeast is the bacteria which helps in the formation of fluffiness, whatever the food we use to bake. So yeast is used in the bakeries. The baked food contain yeast in it. Whatever the food we eat which is fluffy in nature, like idli, dosa, different cookies, biscuits, bread, they all are baked. So they all are made because of yeast. And harmful is Rhizopus. Rhizopus is a fungi which is harmful to us. Now, protozoa, use of Tetrahymen pyriformis. Tetrahymen pyriformis is protozoa which is useful, whereas Plasmodium is protozoa which causes diseases. Plasmodium is a protozoa which causes malaria. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium, which is a protozoa. Now, algae, useful, red algae, and harmful. Harmful algae is also there. If we talk about algae, so algae are useful to us. If we talk about red algae, it is useful to us. Algae is useful because they contains chlorophyll and they can prepare their food. But sometimes they become harmful whenever algae produces in a large number in any water bodies. They used to take the dissolved oxygen of that water body and it harms the aquatic animals. Now, in case of virus, Lamicafees is useful and Picorin is harmful. So, these all are the different organisms which are useful to us. The uses of microorganism is curdling of milk. Lactobacillus is required for curdling of milk, that we have talked about, lactobacillus. And fermentation, yeast is required to ferment. Digestion of food, bacteria are required to digestion. Different medicinal use, they are also required for making medicines. Nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation in plants is done with the help of Rhizobium bacteria. Rhizobium bacteria helps in the nitrogen fixation. So, nitrogen fixation is done by Rhizobium bacteria. They lives in the root nodules of leguminous plants. Now, next is protozoan causes disease like dysentery and malaria. Protozoans, like we have talked about Plasmodium. So, Plasmodium is protozoa which causes malaria, and dysentery is also caused by protozoans. Now, some bacteria and blue-green algae present in the soil fixes nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert into nitrogenous compounds. The bacteria that we have talked about, they convert nitrogen into nitrous and nitric. So, they are nitrogen fixing bacteria like Rhizobium. Rhizobium lives in the root nodules of leguminous plants. They fix nitrogen. They convert nitrogen to nitrous and nitric. Now, certain bacteria convert compounds of nitrogen present in the soil into nitrogen gas which is released to the atmosphere. They are called denitrifying bacteria. After that comes pathogens. Pathogens, some of the microorganisms causes diseases in human beings, plants and animals. Such disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. The microorganisms which are harmful to us and causes disease, they are termed as pathogens. Now, cleaning of environment. The microorganism decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals. The dead organic waste which is being decomposed by the microorganism and convert them into simple substances. So, this process is also done with the help of microorganism. These substances are again used by the other plants and animals. Microorganism can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substance and thereby clean up the environment. So, if we talk about saprotrophs, so saprotrophs are those microorganisms which used to eat the dead and decaying organic matter. So, if they will eat up all the dead and decaying organic matter, and if we talk about scavengers that also eat the dead animals, they are also helping us to clean our environment. So, in indirect way, we can say the microorganism help us to decompose the dead and organic waste of plants and animals and convert it into useful so that plants can use it. So that's all about this chapter. I hope you liked the video. For more details, stay connected to my channel. Thank you and have a good day to all of you.